The following is an opinion show, and nothing said in this show should be taken as fact or be taken literally. They're just goofing around, trying to have fun. You do like to have fun, don't you? Also, this show is not for kids, so listener discretion is advised. Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Geekus Speakus. My name is Dean.
I'm Brian.
Wow, Brian, you sound half dead.
I feel half dead, and I only have 3 more days to get out of this damn cold before my vacation starts. This episode of Geekus Speakus is brought to you by the wonderful mixture of tea, lemon juice, honey, and whiskey.
And cocaine, lots of cocaine, yeah.
Shit, I could go for some coke right now. That'd fucking clear up my sinuses.
Yeah. my
Kids
my
don't do
great.
coke. Kids don't do coke until you're 21. Gotta be old enough to drink. That's my rule. Brian's rule.
Don't actually take coke, kids. I don't want to get sued by a doting parent.
But I can't tell you what you're doing when you're an adult.
I mean, yeah, when you're an adult, there's nothing we say can deter you. You're an adult.
Kids, you should wait till you're an adult before doing coke.
You should wait
and then make an informed decision, and don't let people pressure you.
And also remember that never take a comically a large amount of coke, like Tony Montana.
This episode of Geekus Speakus is brought to you by peer pressure.
Peer pressure. Come on. Do it. Just do it, man. What do you got to lose? Just do it.
All the cool people are doing it.
All the cool people do it. Even the non-cool people are doing it. You should do it.
No, but seriously, I've got this cold. My nose is all runny, so if I'm sniffling or I sound off, that's why. The episode will probably be shorter than most, but hey, we got a schedule, and we kind of fucked up in March, so...
Oh, boy. I mean, we took like a month off.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. So, any news with you?
Well, we didn't really get to go into our Black Panther review last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because our guest hadn't seen it, and while we generally don't worry about spoilers, I think we would have made him mad. And
yeah,
that's bad audio.
But yeah, I had 3 fill-ins this last weekend, and then I went bar hopping with some friends, and that was fun. But yeah, let's talk about Black Panther.
I mean, it was awesome.
It was super cool. How did I put it? When I was done, the best way I could go, the thought that came to my head was, damn, too bad I'm not a young black girl, because I feel empowered.
Yeah, because when you got, I can't remember the name of the group right now, because it's been like a month since I've seen it, but when you had T'Challa's Royal Guard of all
and then his
African...
sister.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, man.
And I'm just like, damn, I feel this empowered as a white dude. I couldn't imagine how empowered somebody who's black would feel.
I know. And then, like, just good acting all around. Chadwick Boseman made a great T'Challa.
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah. He sold it.
Who, by the way, is a huge anime fan.
Yeah. I mean, that was actually kind of surprising, believe it or not.
I liked, I loved the movie. It was great. Fucking battle rhinos. I don't care if they're stupid, if they seem stupid. I thought they were super cool.
No, you're right. That was badass. Can I say real quick? I love the aesthetics of the background, and let me explain. Let me explain this. So you got that opening scene where they're zooming through the main city in Wakanda, right? Mm-hmm. And it's exactly what you would think a futuristic Nubian society would look like, because you could definitely see like the African architecture but it's like neo future architecture sort of stuff, you know.
So
And
I've always been a fan of new meets old. Like I've always enjoyed
yeah,
like the future city, but they have like old style stuff. That's part of the reasons why I love a lot of 40K.
yeah,
I like the idea of like having the old like Roman like legion, but it's all they have like super spears. And I got that with like the African stuff.
right. Oh no, it was sweet. I love like the tiny aesthetics. A lot of the stuff, if you look on it, um, some stuff you can only see if you understand a little bit of African culture. I am not an expert on
I
African culture.
know a little bit of it,
Yeah, I know a
enough.
bit.
I know a little bit of it, and I know enough to have enjoyed it, but I wish I'd known more.
Yeah,
I remember reading through some stuff about it, like all the different like leaders are different like type of African culture, and you can definitely see things of them, like the ritual scarification, the lip discs, the way
the
everyone is dressed is from like a different part of Africa.
the gauge earrings, which now have been ruined by white people. I'm not even gonna lie. I always thought that was the weirdest thing people got into. But
Yeah.
gauge earrings originally
Have you
were.
seen what happens when those things rip?
It's disgusting.
It's not pretty.
Yeah, but it's a good
Oh.
movie. And even
Oh
though
yeah.
this happened out like a month ago when it came out, if you haven't seen it by now,
Yeah.
go watch
Go
it.
see it. Oh, and then fucking, you know who the coolest person was in that entire fucking movie?
Hold on. Actually, I want to say my favorite character in that movie was I can't remember her name right now because it's been like a month, but T'Challa's sister.
Oh, she was cool, but my favorite was definitely M'Baku.
Um.
Uh,
The guy who was in charge
he's
of the.
Man-Ape in the he's the great gorilla, Man-Ape in the comics.
Was he the
But
guy in charge of the mountain tribe?
yes,
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
M'Baku.
He was awesome. I
He
like the
was the
mountain tribe.
coolest. He was my favorite.
I personally I like the new futuristic Nubian thing they did with how things are set up there. I mean, they didn't follow the comics in one aspect is that the architecture in the comics
There's a
was
lot
more
of stuff in the comics that is really dated.
yeah, I mean that's fair. I was just saying like in the case of the comics they did a lot more Egyptian inspiration, but I mean I still like the aesthetics of this movie. So I was still I walked away happy. I walked
I
away
had
with
fun
my
with
dad.
Claw. Claw
Go
was fun.
Yeah.
I liked Claw. The whole movie was great. It was probably like it's pretty high up there in my Marvel movie list.
It's in my top 5. I'm not gonna
Definitely.
lie.
Definitely. I
And
don't know if it's beaten top 3 because I kind of got to go over all of them again.
yeah,
But it's definitely my top 5.
I mean, it has been every Thor so far because I liked Ragnarok, but it was just like a good movie.
There's
But
a chance it could be in my top 3, but
yeah,
I need to go through all of them again and be like, is this in my top 3?
I'm not gonna lie. My favorite one is Captain America: Civil War. So that's
I
because
prefer Winter Soldier.
really, I mean,
Yeah.
it was good. Don't get me wrong. I really like Civil War because the nerd in me was happy that Spider-Man showed up, Black Panther
I
showed up, all those
am a
heroes.
huge Captain America fan.
Right.
And so I felt that was a better Captain America story was
Fair
Winter
enough.
Soldier. Also, I hear Chris Evans is going to stop being Captain America after Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War Part 2. We're not gonna have him. I'm actually in favor
That's
of.
fine. I think he's gonna be one of the guys who dies.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they're either gonna replace character-wise, they're either gonna replace it with Falcon, like they.
I think
like they did.
Bucky will probably be the new Cap.
Yeah, I was gonna say either Bucky or a Falcon, because those are
either
the.
one's fine. I'm okay with either of them. Cap.
Yeah. On the other note, by the
But
way,
you can't face a Thanos without breaking a few eggs.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't think they're gonna kill anybody who just showed up, but they're gonna kill maybe like Tony Stark, Captain America, possibly Thor.
I think Thor will survive.
You think Thor will survive?
Yes.
By the way, I also saw with a couple of friends Ready Player One.
How is
And
that? Convince me why I should see it. Should I see it?
there's one scene I think you would just to watch it. I think there's one scene you would want to watch it for, and stay with me here. Mechagodzilla versus Iron Giant, and then Mechagodzilla versus Gundam.
Fuck. fine. And then, I don't know. Ever since I saw the trailer with the actual plot in it, I lost like all interest in the movie.
As a friend pointed out, it's kind of a one-piece plot because they basically have to go through a series of puzzles to get one thing, and you get one thing to roll the entire game. Yeah. Please don't ever bring up the 4Kids version.
He's made of rubber.
Let's not talk about the 4Kids version of that, please.
Best version.
Jesus Christ.
Grand line, the Pirates of the Grand Line. He took a bite of gum. Got a nice warm throat right now.
Jeez. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, it's a good movie, and it had a weird message because it was like, go out and play, do more real world stuff. Because pretty much the entire thing, well, 2/3 of the movie takes place in the game. And then, like, spoiler alert, they win the game, and they get the game, and they shut down the game twice a week. Which felt kind of a weak message, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I liked it. I don't think this movie will stand the test of time, though.
Oh, that's a shame. I mean, you have me convinced with Mechagodzilla, Iron Giant, and Gundam.
Oh, no. Go watch it. Regardless of what I said, go watch it.
Alright.
It's not going to stand the test of time, but it's kind of like watching an 80s movie, an 80s action movie. It's fun for the moment.
Okay. Definitely, all the trailers had like that 80s vibe, so I can see that.
Yeah. It's good. I would suggest go watching it. Because I know we've talked about in the past, trailers kept making me more and more disinterested as it went on.
Yeah, that's the same thing here.
Yeah, but after watching it, I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. I liked it. I don't see myself buying the DVD.
Keep going.
I don't see myself buying the DVD anytime soon, but it was pretty good. Also, I bought The Disaster Artist on DVD.
Nice.
Yep.
What'd you think? I saw it in theaters.
Oh, I already saw it in theaters. I liked it so much, I bought the movie.
I need to go buy it myself, and then next time, Wasso or Sestero are in Portland, because they come fairly often, I want to try to get that thing signed too. Yeah. So I'll have the book signed, the room signed, and then I can have the movie signed.
Nice. Now we need to find a way to put the audiobook onto something they can sign. Can you sign my audiobook? How do you sign this?
I don't know. Just find a way.
Let's go ahead and get into this like we normally do, albeit a bit shorter.
Trailer talk. This is the worst kind of cold because it's like I think I caught a germ or something at the dentist's office because like I got this like the day after I went to the dentist.
I mean,
and had my teeth drilled, and it's like a sore throat and a runny nose.
My first thought was dentist breathing down your throat, but I mean, he was probably wearing a mask.
Yeah, he was wearing a mask, but there's other stuff around there, so I probably just inhaled something that and it's probably not even his fault. It's probably like somebody else's.
Yeah.
I probably caught it when I used the bathroom or something.
Yeah, public toilets are disgusting.
Yeah. So first trailer we have is Deadpool, and holy shit, X-Force. Fuck.
Yeah.
I went from this will be fun to yes, it's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. Got X-Force. I only recognized like 3 members of X-Force, but still it looked awesome. And it's like the trailer is funny. It's like they're still making us laugh, which is actually why I come to watch Deadpool. It's just to laugh. But things are looking good so far. Even if Cable is the enemy right now.
Well, that's how it started off. As Cable comes to the future, does shit, they fight Cable, and then Cable and Deadpool become besties.
Well, besties?
They were besties for a while.
I mean, were they really?
According to Deadpool, they were besties.
Okay, I was about to say. Because according to Deadpool, his best friend is Spider-Man now, and Spider-Man is not his best friend. But yeah, it's looking good. It's coming out in May. I'm gonna release this in April, so yay.
Yeah, I'll probably see that. There's more Avengers. I love that Gamora and Drax are both fawning over Thor.
He's not a dude. He's a real man.
My muscular, handsome man. His muscles are like, whatever, metal. Stop caressing his muscles.
I like the plan, except it's not a good one. I probably screwed up that quote. But, yeah, it's more or less, we've already come across it. I mean, it's just pretty much just like we inserted a few more jokes.
Yep. I'm ready for that one. It's been a long time coming. I'm ready for it.
10 years, my friend. 10 years.
Seriously?
Yeah, because the first two movies for the MCU came out in 2008. We're talking Hulk and Iron Man.
Oh, shit. Ed Norton Hulk, too.
Yeah, not even the Ruffalo Hulk. Hulk.
Ruffalo Hulk.
Ruffalo Hulk. That's just Mark Ruffalo throwing up, I guess. Hulk. You okay over there? You gonna hork it?
No, just finishing my drink. It was a little cold.
Gotcha.
It had gotten cold. And, I guess it'd be a hot toddy. I think it's a hot toddy is what I was having.
After this, I'm gonna drink me some whiskey.
Because it was whiskey, honey. Okay, so I added lemon. Oh yeah, no. Okay, yeah, it is. I basically made a hot toddy.
Oh.
It was tea, whiskey, lemon juice, and honey. It's good for the throat.
Gotcha.
Let's see here. Westworld Season 2. I'm excited for that. I really liked the first season of Westworld. Tom Hardy looks to be back. Samurai World. No Anthony Hopkins, but I figured he was only going to be there for the one season anyway, so.
I mean, because you would think this is something I'm interested in, and I am, but I don't have HBO Go, because it's another streaming service. But
see, I don't have HBO Go either. Well, I have HBO. I don't have HBO now. I have HBO Go because my mom has HBO Go, and I just use her account.
Fair enough.
Because that's what you're supposed to, that's what responsible children are supposed to do, is take their parents' accounts.
Really? Because my parents took my Netflix account, and,
Well, my mom uses my Netflix account, so...
Alright, well, fair enough.
Yeah, and I use her because she gets HBO through her Dish.
You know...
Through Dish Network.
What's fair in this aspect is that I do use, on occasion, my parents' Amazon Prime. So
see, I have my own Amazon Prime that I suppose I let my mom use sometimes. Yeah, the one thing I don't pay for of all the streaming stuff is HBO, but that's because mom gets HBO with her Dish Network package.
Right.
And so I just log in using her Dish Network account, and I can do that. I like that they have the heart-shaped box old-timey on there. I like how they did the old-timey music in the first one. That was really cool, and now they're doing it again. So going back to the thing with Black Panther, where you have ancient stuff in a future world.
Right.
I'm also a fan of modern stuff anachronized.
What do you mean?
Modern stuff done like old-timey.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
So, like, I loved a lot of the stuff in Bioshock Infinite. Like, a lot of the music in Bioshock Infinite was, like, right up my alley.
Oh, yeah, same here. Well, to be fair, as a fan of both Bioshock and Fallout, I have heard those songs many, many times. many.
Well, the thing is Fallout, those are actual old songs.
Yeah, with the occasional, like, in a few other games, they'll throw in, like, one or two original pieces. But
they didn't happen until later. They didn't happen until like the later ones when they weren't as good.
It was the Bethesda eras when they did it.
Yeah. Anything touched by Obsidian or the original company uses actual old ones. Because Obsidian is a bunch of guys who were part of the original team.
Yeah. And I don't.
So
go ahead.
Go on.
I was saying, if I had HBO anything right now, I'd be really excited to watch the new Westworld series. It looks awesome.
Yeah, you should get a hold of a way to do HBO and watch um
Westworld.
Westworld.
Yep. That and apparently people keep being amazed I haven't watched a single episode of Game of Thrones. So
I'd wait till it's done and just binge all of it.
that's the plan. Because when the hype is finally dead, I can finally watch it, and the hipster in me will just let it go.
Let it go.
Please,
Let it go.
please no. I have friends who have kids, and I've heard that more than any sane person should, and they've heard it more.
All right, so, and then the last trailer we have is Cloak and Dagger.
I mean, it looks alright. That's all I can say about it. It looks alright. I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of establish how they need to be with each other, but they're not doing that runaway teenagers modified. Apparently their powers are already there, so they're like Inhumans or some shit. I don't know. Well, the power's already there, so either they're mutants, like
they're probably Inhumans, or just some sort of like they're probably gonna pull the Jessica Jones route. I watched season 2 of Jessica Jones. It was really good.
Oh, nice.
I liked it better than the first season. I'll have to definitely say Jerry is my favorite character because damn bitch, you cold. Holy shit. Don't fuck with her. But I feel it's gonna be like they're gonna pull like the Jessica Jones route where like, oh, if she had powers, we're not gonna explain it.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. I don't need you to explain why.
On a side note to this, thanks to a non-disclosure agreement, I can't go into details. But the other day, I did actually speak to a Jessica Jones. That was her. Cool. Yeah, that was her legal name.
Nice.
And the most unfortunate name you can give a person besides Peter Parker.
But yeah, have you seen Jessica Jones?
Season 1, yes, it was fantastic. Season 2, I'm doing catch up. I still gotta watch.
Season 1, I liked. I think season 2 is better. I will say season 2, I preferred Jessica in season 1. Season 2 was a little not as good, but all the supporting characters were better.
Oh, nice.
And especially Jerry, because holy shit, don't fuck with her. She will ruin your life.
Nice.
Alright, let's get into some news, shall we? Alright, Funko breakfast cereal comes out to this summer. I mean, I will say the Cuphead Funko looks kind of cool. I kind of want that Cuphead Funko. The rest of them I'll pass on.
I mean, can I just point out that a Cuphead Funko would just be Cuphead?
Exactly. That's the reason why I go with it, because it's the only one that doesn't look like a deformed freak.
I mean, yeah, but it was like Cuphead Funko. I was like, you mean Cuphead?
Yeah, no. I want a Cuphead figure, and it feels like getting the Cuphead Funko Pop would be the easiest way to do that.
What do you think it would taste like? Coffee, maybe? Oh, that's Mugman's deal.
This is the demon. It's the demon. It's the devil who we make the deal with. To say what flavors? Freddy Krueger, Lyra. Ooh, they got a bunch of different licenses.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone wants to eat Freddy Krueger inspired cereal though. It's...
I mean, I wouldn't want to eat it, but I would probably. I'm not a big fan of. Anybody knows me knows I'm not a big fan of the Funko Pop figures. I find them kind of. They're a little too deformed for what I want. I mean, I guess if I really like the character, I'll try to find. I'll get one if I really need to have a figure of him. But I think I'm thinking about getting the Cuphead one, so I can get that little demon guy because it actually looks like the demon guy.
Yeah. I don't really collect anything, and Funko Pop is no exception to that. Truth be told, because I wouldn't do anything with them.
I'm a huge collector. I like to have things. I've got all sorts of things.
Oh no, yeah, I can never see the appeal. I've actually bought it as a gift for people before. I got my sister-in-law, not Ray. What was her name? She was the lead in Rogue One.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
I don't remember the character's name, but I got her a Funko Pop of that because she's a
Yeah.
huge Star Wars fan.
I've got a couple Funko Pops. The only one I've ever actually bought was a Boba Fett one because I like the Boba Fett.
Nice.
But I collect things. I have a bunch of my room is full of random collectibles and shit. So,
Nice.
as part I need to get my own apartment so that I can just spread this out even further and get more crap. I'm running out of room.
I need more room to buy more crap. To put that in more rooms.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not gonna get rid of anything. It's not hoarding if you have things shelved and on display.
And
it's
organized.
It's only hoarding when it's filling up the room in boxes and stuff. Or in piles.
The line between hoarding and collector is how much money you spent to get it.
Yes. Surprisingly little. But that's because I go to conventions and know how to get stuff at conventions.
Nice. I hardly do anything.
Alright, let's go on to the next one. Funko Pop cereal. Probably will try to find the devil. But apart from that, I'll have to see what the other ones look like.
Yeah. I think it's weird.
I like cereal. Hopefully the cereal isn't garbage. It looks like, honestly, a couple of them reminded me of, the Halloween cereals, like, Yummy Mummy and, Blueberry and Count Chocula.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, look, I don't like sugary cereals, so this is not really for me.
I don't like sugary cereals for breakfast, but as a snack, they're okay, and oh god, I'm starting to slur. It's fine. We'll continue. It happens to me when I get sick.
Okay.
I have things, and yeah, it's fine. Okay, so let's move on. Lindsay Lohan likeness lawsuit from Grand Theft Auto 5 dismissed in Court of Appeals.
As it should have.
Yes, it should. Is she even relevant anymore?
I mean, she's a spokesperson for lawyer.com now. So
the what now?
Lawyer.com.
Well, obviously that didn't very much.
Yeah, well, she's been to jail so many times. I guess it made sense. Why? This is such a loose lawsuit. I think this is just a jump for attention again.
We also conclude, however, that the subject images are not recognizable as the plaintiff.
Because they weren't.
Yep.
You can find them online, people. The only thing that was similar is that both the drawn character and her both wore a bikini. That was the only real likeness.
Yeah. Yep. Alright. So that was that. I mean, nothing more to say about that, right?
Yeah, I mean, fuck Lindsay Lohan.
Stephen King, Tommy Knockers in work?
Yep. They're
Tommy Knockers?
Look at a remake.
Cool.
Do you remember Tommy Knockers?
Yeah.
That was a weird series.
Yeah.
And they're talking about rebooting it.
Speaking of reboots, the reboot is terrible.
I think we've bashed the reboot enough on the last episode.
It hasn't been bashed enough. We need to dig it up from its grave and beat it with a stick and then desecrate it.
Well, I mean, we don't need to do that, Brian, because the reboot is going to do that for them.
Oh, speaking of shooting yourself in the foot, we'll get to that at the end. Oh. Oh. Alright. Tommy Knockers, yeah. I'd be down to see some Tommy. If it's as good as the new It remake, I'd be down for it.
See, this is interesting and all, but when we get the Shining remake, that's where my Stephen King interest lies.
We had the best Shining from Stanley Kubrick. Because he said, "Fuck you, Stephen King. I'm gonna make my own movie." Because Stephen King had his way and made the made-for-TV version that actually was his.
Yeah.
And that was terrible.
It was super boring. Okay, like the decline of the male lead made sense.
Oh, that's cool.
A lot better than the Kubrick version, but yeah.
We'll see if we'll get. I would like to see a remake of the Stanley Kubrick version.
Can we not?
Well, no. Take the inspiration of the Stanley Kubrick one and actually have the nice middle road.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't like the Kubrick version. I was like, you basically just looked at the subject matter and said, "Fuck you, Stephen King."
Oh, exactly, because Stephen King needed to have somebody to tell him, "Fuck you," and who else better than Stanley Kubrick?
This is what I dislike the most about Kubrick. That people bend over heels backwards kissing his ass like they do for Quentin Tarantino and...
Hey. Quentin Tarantino wishes he could be Kubrick's stool.
No. I'm not saying they're equals, because Kubrick is the better director. I'm saying he's on the same level of ass-kissingness, kind of like Joss Whedon. I like Joss Whedon, but people kiss his
Stanley
ass.
Kubrick is like my favorite director.
I mean, yeah, he's a good director. I'm not going to deny that.
And I would totally kiss his ass.
I always found him pretentious for some reason. Just fairly pretentious.
Fine.
I didn't know him as a person, to be fair, but everything I have read on him.
I like the Kubrick version of Reboot. Not Reboot. Fuck. Yes, the Kubrick version of Reboot. Shitting. No, you know what? I want to see the Stanley Kubrick version of Reboot.
I mean, technically speaking, it'd be amazing and also really dark. Just dark and depressing.
Reboot.
Or, alternatively, and because I can't remember his name right now, but he directed Twin Peaks. Do you remember who I'm talking about?
Fuck. He also directed Eraserhead.
Yeah.
My brain is fried, so I can't...
Lynch, I want to say.
Yeah. David Lynch.
Yeah, David Lynch. If David Lynch did a reboot of it, you wouldn't know what the hell is going on.
Or Cronenberg. I can go for a Cronenberg,
Bruckheimer.
No, I want like a crazy like body horror guy.
A body horror guy for reboot? If you were to do a reboot?
Yes. I want a David Cronenberg. Oh no. Dual directors David Cronenberg and David Lynch. I want the two Davids to direct a reboot.
Oh god. I think
I want people leaving the theater going, "What the fuck was that about? Why did Bob explode and turn into spiders?"
What is this thing that I'm watching?
Because you have the part from David Lynch where it's like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
And then you have the part from Cronenberg of, why is everyone exploding and turning inside out?
Oh god.
Why is he melting?
What am I watching? I thought this was a reboot of Reboot. This is not the Michael Bay version.
No.
Like Michael Bay worked with David Lynch. You won't know what's going on, and there's explosions. Do you believe in ghosts? Zach Baggin does, or rather, he does now. After one paranormal experience changed his life, he decided to show the world to see through his eyes. One haunted location at a time. Oh, and he brought his 2 idiot friends. And they're going to hoot and holler every damn thing. Because this is a ghost show for the common man. Ghost Adventures began in the mid-2000s, a wild time when nobody knew fashion and everybody was dumb. Now it's in its 15th season. No joke. The Ghost Adventures crew still travels to haunted locations, but they lose their shit all night. On Insanely Haunted, they watch every episode of it. Come with them and join the journey, won't you?
But yeah, no, that'd be cool. Moving on. Blah, blah, blah. What's this next one? You can now apply to be NASA Mission Control Director.
You're Houston.
I want to be Houston.
You want to be Houston? Houston, we have a problem. Solve it yourself.
What sort of problem? Do you want to talk about it?
What I think you should do is invest in long-time ventures. So you're going to want to put a lot in like CDs, stocks. You really got to think about your retirement. 20 years is a lot sooner than you think it is.
Houston, no, we're like leaking air right now.
Yeah, hold on. I'm not done. So you're going to want to go with a semi-high percent.
Yuri went out the airlock. What do we do?
Don't interrupt. I'm not done. So you want to go with the high percentage.
Oh God! It's sprouting tentacles.
All right, you know what? I'm not going to solve your problem anymore. We're not going to solve your problem. You're on your own. Click. Jerk. Give free financial advice.
No, I was gonna go emotional, like talk like a therapist.
The question is there a tentacle monster, or is it that you can't deal with commitment?
Both? You have until April 17th to apply, and that's at www.usajobs.gov/getjob/view details/494941200.
For reference, NASA, that's a PSA, so we need to get a tax return. If you can contact the government, that'd be great. Much appreciated.
That's not money.
Shh, work with it. Maybe we'll get a
no.
We'll get a tax cut.
I want some fancy news moon rock. I will accept fancy or
All right.
a rocket jet.
You get me if they give me a NASA.
No, a satellite. I want a satellite.
They give me a NASA jumpsuit and I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'll settle for that. Or I'll even settle for a shirt.
Yeah.
Who am I kidding? I'll settle for a shirt.
A
shirt and a tour.
Wait. Adult space camp. Sign me up for adult space camp.
I'm settling for a shirt and a tour.
How about a signed copy of a NASA t-shirt from Buzz Aldrin?
I'll accept that too.
Hit us up, NASA. We're not that hard to get a hold of.
We're pretty not. We're pretty easy to get a hold of.
DM us.
Also, if you really can't get a hold, can't find out how to get a hold of us, just talk to your NSA guys. I'm sure somebody at the NSA has a record somewhere. All right. Ew.
So the Gaming Devil is hiring.
Oh, 1.5 stars.
Yeah.
I want EA to lose so bad. They're not treating it well.
They don't treat anything well. Oh, all right. EA is hiring everyone, unsurprisingly.
They're doing a open world Star Wars game. Which was called Star Wars Galaxies, which shut down after they got the Star Wars license. Star Wars Galaxies wasn't just an MMO, it was like the open Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was like Eve, but for Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, I never got to play it. That was a bit before my time, but I knew plenty of people did.
Same. It was during my time, but I didn't have a chance to play it. I didn't have a good computer at that time.
Same.
But it was like one of those ones where, like, you know what I loved about Star Wars Galaxies? That not everyone could be a Jedi.
That is kind of cool.
right? Everyone like, oh, why can't I be a Jedi? It's dumb being Star Wars not being able to be a Jedi. It's like, no. I like that. I like that. There's only a chance for you to be Force sensitive, and then if you're Force sensitive, you have to go become a Jedi.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, I like Knights of the Republic, the MMO, because it's like the only one with actual cutscenes. I feel like I'm playing a video game, not just an MMO, and I'm not an MMO player. But it's not. It's not the greatest.
Yeah.
And
it apparently there's a trick with it is you just play through the main story, because the rest of it's just kind of eh.
I have friends who swear up and down on its PvP though.
No, I'm not a big PvP person. I never have been.
Yeah, me neither. Some have it better than most. Like, I never. There was
never seems fair to me.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I suck at PvP, so I don't get into it.
I do too.
Yeah.
You know what? If it is PvP, I prefer like your run and gun shooter type PvP than like your MMO PvP.
Well, I hate it is because like the PvP, pretty much every MMO I play, the PvP area is just full of toxic assholes.
Well, it's toxic assholes, and you have basically. I hate when games tell you basically make it so you have to build your character a certain way, or you're not playing it right. And the moment somebody tells me that, I want to punch them in the face because how dare you tell me how I should play my game?
I do the.
I don't care if I'm optimized. I want to have fun.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm playing my character the way I want to.
Well, I do that too, but I really want to punch them in the face.
Yeah, fair enough. I hate when people are like, "Oh, you didn't spec yourself right." I'm like, "Fuck you! I'll spec myself how I want to."
No, I don't. I do it how I want to. Now I'm gonna push you aside and delete all your characters.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'm gonna delete all your characters and steal your girlfriend, your imaginary internet girlfriend.
The imaginary internet girlfriend who lives in Canada. Like, she lives too far.
Mine now, bitch.
What was that?
She's mine now, bitch. All the imaginary girls come to this yard.
Nice. So yeah, EA is hiring, which sucks, but we might get an open world Star Wars game again.
I'm not holding my breath, but I hope it. I don't know. I'll have to wait till other people play it and be like, this isn't garbage.
Yeah, and EA has been making some buggy ass games lately. Just
they are
buggy games. But this next bit of news, I'm sure you're excited about.
The Sims developer is. Oh wait, which one are you talking about? I opened all three.
It's the one right after the one we just talked about.
Yes. Fantastic Four's coming back.
Relaunch. Welcome back.
Damn time, which means that something happened with the movie.
Yeah, well, let's hope something happened.
This summer, the publisher, it's called a thing called Fresh Start. The publisher will reboot its main titles with new creative teams with a more back-to-basics approach than before. The original Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man will all return.
Sorry.
It's like I'm at a weird mix of I'm excited for this and oh no. I was reading the press release and like I want the Fantastic back. I want Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and Spider-Man back. But I also want to keep the diverse characters too.
Yeah. I mean, I have openly admit I'm a fan of Miles Morales. His stuff is actually pretty good and went back to some of the spider basics.
Well, no, you know what Miles Morales lets you do is you allowed you to have the teenage Spider-Man while Peter Parker can be all married and shit.
Yeah. Basically, you can have your teenage Spider-Man and then your adult Spider-Man. It allowed you to, cross both of those type of genres because, Miles is still a teenager, so it was kind of cool.
Right?
That and the Venom Blast is pretty bitchin'.
Captain America is my favorite superhero, so I'm glad to have him back. As much as I like Falcon Cap and I like Bucky Cap, but it's still always been Steve Cap for me.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what they're gonna do with Spider-Man because right now he should be.
Ah, fuck. You alright?
I'm fine.
I coughed my pop filter off. I coughed so hard my pop filter came off.
And Brian's lost it.
Feverish. I get loopy when I'm feverish.
Well, we're almost done.
I get like loopy and a little like dizzy and stuff. Oh yeah, we're getting close to the end. So they did some video game awards. Moving on to the next news. Best audio, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Cuphead. Zelda keeps winning things. What is Gorogoa? It's a mobile game?
Oh, what?
Gorogoa. Oh, what the fuck? It's on Steam. Puzzle game.
Best mobile game, Gorogoa. Innovative award, Gorogoa. Best narrative, What Remains of Edith Finch. Okay.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Best visual
Super
art.
Hot.
I'm in no way surprised that Cuphead got best visual art.
I gotta check out this Gorogoa game. I've never heard of that.
And unsurprisingly, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild got Game of the Year. Also, Tim Schafer got Lifetime Achievement Award, which makes sense.
Tim Schafer.
My memory is a bit bad. I know he was like huge. I want to say he's the head of Double Fine Productions.
I think that's it.
Yeah, Tim Schafer is an American computer game designer. He founded Double Fine Productions in July 2000. After spent over a decade at LucasArts. He started in adventure games, and
he he did a Psychonauts.
Yep, he was the lead for Psychonaut.
Once you said the company, I totally got it.
Yeah, he got a Lifetime Achievement Award, which makes sense. Like, probably one of the most underappreciated game developer, I have to say, up until recently. But yeah, I'm not surprised that he got it.
Yeah. So, and then the Sims developer working on a new game about memories.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh shit! It's not just like EA using the title. It's fucking Will Wright actually making a game.
Yeah. Well, Will Wright's on his own now.
Yeah, and you know what? Despite what people said about, I liked Spore. I've yet to play anything by Will Wright that I didn't enjoy.
That hasn't consumed a chunk of your life.
Yeah, like Spore wasn't perfect. It wasn't a Sim City or a Sims, but it was still like, especially like the early stages of Spore, were like I could play this again and again.
Yeah, it was for its time really innovative too, for Spore, because you got to see the evolution of a species that you
I've
made.
spent so many hours wasting my time on Sim City as well.
Oh yeah.
SimCity 2000, I think, was like my first computer game.
My first computer game was an educational game.
That was the first computer game I remember playing was 2000. Because I played that one before Fallout, and that Fallout was also my first game.
Right. Let's see. My first computer game actually I think was The Sims. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
Articulating Splines. But I played a ton of Sims. I played a ton of City. The last Sim City was a little disappointing. However, I did pick up City Skylines, and that feels very much like old school City.
Nice. I used to be really into Simcopter, which is like the weirdest game in the Sim series.
I sucked at SimCity, even though I loved it.
Everybody sucked at SimCity. There was no way to make profit.
There was a guy who made like this like utopia. He figured out the best pattern of to place everything, where it was like the perfect city. Nobody was happy, but it made constant profit. But nobody was like super sad either. It was perfect, like, but it was like this. He basically made this like utopia. This not utopia, dystopia. That was like fucking like, I'll have to find it again. But basically, he had spent like 10 years, finally found the correct pattern of buildings so that everyone was just happy enough, and it made just enough, and basically it made profit, and he just made the entire map out of that pattern.
Huh.
And he basically is like the one person who's able to perfect like SimCity. And basically what it takes is to have a highly rigid patterned city that no one's happy in.
And apparently no social life either.
Yep. Well, once he found the pattern, but actually he set up a program to build it.
Uh-huh.
Once he found the pattern, he set up the program to basically copy and paste.
Gotcha.
The buildings.
Jeez.
So I'll have to find that.
I'm just looking at, because I actually have a copy of SimCity 2000 I got off of Origin. I could probably download that now. It was free.
I'm not sure what to find it either.
Oh.
But I got it on too. I also have it on Steam.
Nice.
I think the only the SimCity I don't own outright was the latest one.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the best.
So I've got like, yeah, no, it wasn't. I liked playing the. You know what? I had fun with the beta. I played the beta.
Uh-huh.
And I liked the simple. It was a little simplified, easier to get into, but it definitely felt like baby's first sim.
Kind of don't want to get it now. I'll just go get City Skylines.
Get City Skylines. It's better.
Oh.
The City Skylines are the stuff that I liked in the SimCity, the new SimCity.
Right.
But it didn't feel like baby's first SimCity.
Gotcha.
And I had to like constantly. I'll be honest. When I picked up, there was a free weekend of City Skylines. I was playing that, and then my weekend ended. I'm like, shit, I really want this game. So I went out and actually bought the game.
Right.
And I remember first time I popped up, I had to like restart the game like a dozen times because I kept fucking up in the beginning.
I mean,
because I was just diving in head first, not actually doing the tutorial.
Right.
Because it is a little tricky to get into. It is like a straight up building sim where you can fuck up and they don't tell you that you fucked up.
Hey man, I ain't gonna say anything. I did that for Civilization. Do I know how to play Civilization? No. Let's
Here it
fucking
is.
do
I
this.
found the totalitarian boost to beat SimCity.
Jeez.
From 2010.
Jeez. That guy spent from year 2000 to 2010.
That's right. He used a pattern in Buddhism to base his things off of. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and send a message, the link to you.
All right.
It'll be in the Discord.
It will be in the Twitter page too. Expect that, people.
Okay. Yeah, if you go to the very end of the video, you can see what his city looks like when it's done.
Now I can make my own utopian. I mean, dystopia. Damn
Basically,
it.
zero crime, zero. It's like zero crime, zero pollution. And if you go to about 640, 647, it'll show you the basic pattern.
Just follow his dystopian guide to ruling your own evil city. I mean, happiness to happiness. That's what
Everyone is happy here. Everyone will be happy forever. Happy.
Happy forever and ever and ever. And ever.
Happy
and
forever.
And ever.
You won't believe what millennials are buying now. It's absurd and it involves dogs.
Wait, what?
I'm going off the top of the links on Kotaku, and it's to the other like Gizmodo websites.
Uh-huh.
And the one from Splinter was, "You won't believe what millennials are buying now, and it's absurd. It involves dogs."
Okay.
But I've got like 2 other news things I want to cover. On our list. 6 months after release, Shadow of More War removes microtransactions.
Yeah.
Shadow of War no longer has microtransactions.
Because, to be perfectly honest, it was pointless.
Well, no, the thing is, it's like you couldn't beat the game without them.
Really?
You like from a lot of people were saying is you reach a point in the game where you have to because the difficulty creep is fucks you over. You have to, and so they took them out because a ton of people were complaining.
Yeah, well, screw loot boxes, so.
Yeah, right. Apart from Loot Crate, I do like Loot Crate.
Yeah. But we're talking the online ones where you basically just
You know
gambling.
what? When it comes to boxes, if basically they could only be like graphical changes.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine with the loot box being like a new costume, or something like that.
Well, someone did a design for Dark Luke for Battlefront 2, the new Battlefront 2, not the original Battlefront 2.
Uh huh.
And, they did a couple others as well. I was like, see, skins are fine. Don't make it where you can only get characters if you buy your stupid box.
Yeah, no, that's bad. Always make, and if you know if you have, yeah, no, don't do that. Let characters be unlockable in other ways,
Yeah.
reasonable other ways. So we got one other thing that I think is pretty cool. Check out this Popeye figure. And that's right, I said Popeye.
Oh, Christ in heaven, who would do that?
There you go. Now I want a realistic olive oil and Bluto.
Let's never do that.
He comes with 6 pipes, an alternative head, 2 alternative hats, 7 interchangeable hands, a compass, a spyglass, and 2 spinach cans, one that's crushed, a stand, and a duffel bag. I kind of want this figure. No, I want other ones too. Actually, I like it.
It's creepy as shit. I get a height no animals. Sorry, it's like the one Popeye cartoon I've seen.
I can do a better Bluto than I can do Popeye.
Really? Because that sounds like Sly.
Yeah, they're all just mumbles.
Adrian!
Adrian! You got it.
That's
Oh
everyone.
no! You know what I want?
Huh?
I want a wimpy figure.
Why? See, like, I will gladly play you Tuesday for a whippy figure today.
Yup.
Oh, jeez.
Want him to come with a hamburger, and then to be able to put him into like a begging. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take him and I'm gonna put him around my other action figures, asking for hamburger money.
Hey, Optimus Prime! I will gladly give you. I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. I'm a robot. I don't have money, nor do I have need for it. So that I know.
All right. Well, so come on. I guess something else that kind of interests our stuff. So John Krasinski, the guy who made Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Apparently, he diddles kids.
Oh. That's
Or at
disappointing.
or at least he was caught with pictures of people diddling kids.
Hey, I'm sure we brought this up in the podcast. Don't diddle kids.
Don't diddle kids. But yeah, apparently a bunch of like sexual harassment allegations came out against him, which honestly I'm not surprised. And before anybody else takes it out on Ren and Stimpy, you got to remember he got fired from Ren and Stimpy after the season. He was apparently really hard to work with, and apparently he was also really hard to work with. The Ben were hard to work. He was hard to work with everyone, and it also turns out that he was doing very improper things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, John K. of Ren and Stimpy and Friends fame is as scummy as everyone assumed he was, because everyone assumed he was pretty scummy.
Hmm. But they waited 20 years to say anything.
Eh, it's the thing that's going on right now. People are it's finally safe to come out and say something.
Sure enough.
Because a lot of people, it's actually pretty unsafe. You can easily lose your job and stuff, even, which is stupid. It's the fucking dumbest thing.
Oh yeah, I've heard many like podcasts and interviews that talk about how like the Hollywood was just like a poisonous environment, especially for women.
Yeah, and
Not even like
it's
Harvey
hard.
Weinstein. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not just Harvey Weinstein, but it's surprisingly difficult in our country for somebody to come out and say and have these allegations, because you're gonna always have a bunch of people who are gonna blame the victim.
Yeah.
Don't victim blame people. You know what? I'm gonna say this right now. If you're the kind of person who victim blames, I don't want you listening to my podcast.
Yeah, please don't.
I will gladly take that dip in viewers and listeners.
Don't
not listen to my podcast. Do not subscribe to me on Twitter. Do not go on our Facebook.
We have enough problems in our not just our country, but in our world nowadays. Which I don't want to get into the political aspect of it because that's not what the show is about. But the moment you start victim shaming, you're the wrong side of an argument.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You know what? Yeah. And then other bad news. Have you seen the shit that's been happening with Channel Awesome and the Nostalgia Critic?
Okay. For how to put it, for legal purposes, these are based on accusations of previous producers. So this is not what we are saying.
This is hearsay.
This is hearsay that they have posted via Google document, which I'll post on Twitter whenever this episode.
Just share the one from I think it was Lupa that was doing it.
Yeah,
Spirits Lupa.
And
yeah.
We'll post it for more details, but there's a lot of problem with many of their producers, including Linkara, who was one of the early producers for Channel Awesome, and Mars Girl. A lot of people
have come out and have talked about the mismanagement of. I'll be honest. It's almost criminal mismanagement.
It was mismanagement of funds, mismanagement of money, mismanagement of situations. There were sexual harassment allegations, bullying allegations. You know, those people were bullied in high school. You can tell, if we're being honest. And here they are.
What kind of fucking company does all their business meetings through Skype?
We kind of do most of our business
meetings. Well, no. When it's something important, we make sure there's emails.
True. Fair enough.
They're the way they got a hold of other people was through Skype. This is just two of us.
Yeah.
But when we have other people, we try to get a hold of them through other means and actually have a paper trail.
Yeah. We try to maintain our paper trail. I mean, for God's sake, we've been saving receipts for this podcast just in case we ever make a profit. We can actually turn this into an LLC or something, but
and you know what? I was kind of on the fence. I was like, oh, this is unfortunate, but after 10 years, you know what actually made me unsubscribe?
What's that? From
the Nostalgia Critic? Well, Channel Austin, which is where the Nostalgia Critic posts his stuff.
Right.
But even he's not as was their bullshit apology.
What it did for me is I have a rule of thumb that if one person complains about somebody, it could just be a situation where it might be good.
I have that rule of thumb too. I was thinking about it, but basically I was on this fence of I have the same rule of one person, it's probably just between them and that one person, it's fine. But when several people, especially if they're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But what I was doing is I was like, all right, I'm going to wait for their response. I want to see what their response is. And the moment they gave that shitty apology, it's like, nope, I'm unsubscribing.
Yeah.
It's sad to go this way, but if that's the response you're giving.
I have unfollowed them on our social media. I think we were originally following them on Twitter. Now we are not.
I need to check to see if my personal Twitter Arxis, by the way, ARKZIST. If you want to get a hold of, if you want to just talk to me, I'm also connected to the Geekus Speakus, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, you can find us on the follow list. Both he and I are both on there, so
We're both on the Geekus Speakus Twitter, and then I'm on the that's my personal one that I do post stuff onto, because Dean's pretty much taken over the Geekus Speakus one.
we weren't using it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine, and I have my own that I. It's weirdly, it's kind of annoying trying to swap back and forth on the app.
Yeah.
But I need to check my Twitter one. I was still following their Facebook page, but that was just to follow the stream
Release
the
dates.
conversation over the apology.
Yeah.
And I was worried that if I left, I'd get I wouldn't be able to get back in.
Yeah.
And I wanna be around and watch that tire fire.
I've officially left any form of direct link to Channel Awesome, which is disappointing because I was a somewhat new fan to Channel Awesome, like relatively speaking, and after seeing this, I'm like, I can't support this anymore.
Now, don't harass any of the people on Channel Awesome.
Yeah.
Any of the producers that are still on there that aren't the Nostalgia Critic, leave them be. They're probably innocent in this. It's mainly Doug, Rob, and their CEO producer Mike Machado. It's 90%. Like, it seems like it's mostly Machado's fault, but
Yeah.
Doug and Rob are not innocent.
And yeah, just, if you like their stuff, still follow some of them.
Yeah,
like,
go follow their actual site, not the Channel Awesome stuff.
Yeah, do like Todd in the Shadows or Film Brain. Those are two that I follow personally.
Those two guys left.
Oh shit, they
At
did.
least I know Todd did, and I think Film Brain after a while.
Oh,
The
wow.
only ones that I still watch that were technically on the website are The Last Angry Geek, the Cinema Snob, and
Angry Joe?
Tony Goldmark.
Oh.
Are the only ones that are still technically on Channel Awesome. But I feel like, honestly, Brad Jones, the Cinema Snob, could do his own site super easily.
I'm just saying, I've been thinking about starting our own network now, and apparently there's a lot of reviewers available because they left the last group.
Well, they're going to do their own private thing. They're finally good enough to do their own thing.
Oh yeah, well they built up their own audience. Like I said, I personally follow Film Brain and Todd in the Shadows just because.
I do follow Todd in the Shadows.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his One Hit Wonderland series. It's really cool and interesting.
Right? It's super cool.
And his sometimes deadpan delivery works really well for him.
Brad Jones is probably my favorite, the Cinema Snob.
Yeah.
But he was the one who always sat the closest to my own movie preferences.
Right.
And then I liked Phaelus, but Phaelus and Luke were the first ones to leave.
Yeah. I don't know. This finding out this was disappointing.
It was so disappointing.
And once again, this is for reference. This is alleged, but if you look at the list, which we'll post on our Twitter, there are many former producers, company people.
When
people
you
who
have
didn't even
several
make
people who were saying the same exact thing,
yeah,
that's when it's an issue.
I hate to say this, but I was many people. I was it's like the Bill Cosby situation. One or two people was like, yeah, take a swing at Bill Cosby, increasing your chances in Hollywood. And then when 50 people came out, I was like, okay, yeah, okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's something seriously wrong here. And Bill Cosby, I will not watch his stuff anymore.
No.
There's terrible, and then there's just a horrible human being after seeing all the shit that he has done. I'm like, no more.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. But yeah, go watch those guys on their own thing. Try it. It's just a lot of crap. Anything else? It's kind of a shorter episode, I think, because I haven't had a chance. I've been busy, I haven't had a chance to look for the news. So we don't have as much news. I'm also feeling kind of sick.
Yeah.
Anything else that we want to talk about before in there? I feel like we're missing something, but we'll figure it out later.
I mean, I have had a long day. You've had a long day, and you're not feeling well, so that's understandable.
Yeah.
No, I think that's it from this episode. You know, of course, stay tuned on our social media accounts. We'll post things as things go on.
Oh shit! I want to talk about that too. I was able to have a conversation with Bob Mackey and Henry G from the Talking Simpsons and Retronauts.
Nice.
Yeah, that was cool. It was nice. I honestly geeked out a little
I
because they're like the two guys who probably know more about this than I do.
I got a tweet liked by a podcast on a more successful network with a more successful campaign with more successful people running it. So that was awesome.
Ah, success.
Lame claim to fame. Woo!
But yeah, all right, yeah, you could follow. And then this next week I am going to be on vacation. I may or may not be here.
Yeah, depending on everything's going on, we're gonna have a guest host, not like a guest host like we normally have. It'll be me and the other guest if everything works out right.
I may show up, but no guarantees.
Yeah.
I'll be at the beach.
He'll be doing what I wish I could be doing.
Well, unlike you, I actually live like even Oregon coast, like maybe like 2 hours away.
Well, like there's interesting stuff around me. It's just I can't afford the vacation. Like I can go to St. Louis, which is a huge tourist trap, or I can go to Chicago because it's only like a 6-hour drive. But I don't have the money to do it.
Oh yeah, because you live in that part of the country where like they laugh that people want to make more than $5 an hour, right?
More than 7, yes.
Yeah, see, I live in the part of the country where they're like, "Yeah, $15. Good luck surviving on that."
Yeah. It's funny. I don't consider making a middle class wage, but I still make more than the average Missourian. So, yes.
I make about 17 an hour on my day job.
I make
So.
10.
Oh shit, that's the
10 an hour.
I used to make 10 an hour.
It works well for this area that I live in.
It does not work well for Portland.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
That was yeah.
In my area, just everything's pretty cheap, so it does kind of balance stuff in that aspect. But we also have a crumbling infrastructure, so take that as you will.
Yeah. I mean, our infrastructure's not the best; it needs to be fixed. But yeah. Oh, you know what trailer came out that we forgot to review?
What's that?
The new Ninja Turtle. Finally has a new trailer.
Oh, the animated one, or the one that shall not be named?
The new animated one.
Oh, good. I was gonna say, did Michael Bay release another trailer for a new movie no one wanted?
No. Raphael and his Ninja Turtles now has a new trailer, but we'll find that later. We'll go over that one next time.
Raphael's not the one in charge. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I think that's it for this episode. We're gonna let Brian go get some Z's because he's got work and he's sick.
Yeah, I got 3 more days to get over this cold. Enjoy my vacation.
Let's enjoy his vacation, and I'm gonna be working and hating my job. Yeah.
But yeah, as always, you can find us on the social medias. We'll try to be posting stuff on there. You can communicate a little bit with me, but mostly with Dean at our Geekus Speakus at Twitter. I have my own Twitter at Arxis. I've been posting more stuff there lately, so if you want anything from me, go there, and you can find me easily on the Geekus Speakus one, and mine goes back to Geekus Speakus. It's fine. Our Tumblr is non-existent.
Yeah,
we do occasional stuff on the Facebooks.
And of course, nowadays you can find us on pretty much every platform. I wish I was joking. So, something I never thought we'd be on. We're, of course, on SoundCloud. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. Spotify one is still kind of a thing I never thought we would get a hold of. We're on Stitcher. I mean, by God, we're on everything now. Yeah. We're on YouTube. Also, Emily, if you're listening to this, hi. And so, follow, like, subscribe, review us. The more popular we get, the more likely we can support this show. Because right now we're paying this so that you can listen to it. And not like we don't want you guys listening, because we do.
It's costing me about $30 a month.
Yeah. So we want to get to the point where it at least pays for itself. Maybe we'll look into a Patreon one of these days. Once we...
As always, if you want to email us, it's geespeakus@gmail.com.
Yep, geespeakus@gmail.com. We would love anybody to send us anything. Even criticism. Preferably not porn. Please don't
totally
send
me porn. Send me porn.
I'll forward it to you.
All right.
Said subject, Brian porn. Whenever you're doing it.
I want your trashiest erotica. That's what I want. I want your trashiest, weirdest erotica.
Don't worry, it's the internet. There's plenty of that.
I will. Once I get 10 of them, I'll read through them, and I'll send the worst one a prize.
That's something to look forward to. We enjoy original pieces, by the way.
And I want it to be the weirdest one, and this is me wanting the weirdest one. You don't know where my level of weird is. My level of weird is way above. If you know what I'm saying.
But I believe that is it for this episode. So, much like every episode, thank you for listening to Geekus Speakus. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Take care of yourself, and if you're sick like me, get some rest.
Yeah, for real. It's about to become allergy season. I'm gonna be miserable for all of it.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night, people.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's episode. If you like our show, you can stay up to date on our social media accounts. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Geekus Speakus, or you can find us on Twitter at Geekus Speakus, as well as Tumblr. You can find us on Google Play, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, and now Spotify. Pretty much everything else now, including YouTube. You can also email us at gspeakus@gmail.com. Feel free to contact us and give us your opinion or any suggestions. Remember, if you're going to send a smut, put in the subject line Brian_porn. That we know. I would like to thank the band The Spin Wires for their song Girls Like You. You can find them on Bandcamp. They have really good albums. I would also like to thank Kevin MacLeod for his song Pugatari and Friends. Check him out on Incompetech.com. And Tom for his awesome art design of our newest logo. Thank you for listening, and have a good night, everyone.